A Ana é mãe de 2 garotos e ex-professora de música. Hoje, ela dedica-se ao universo web. Durante os últimos 17 anos, Ana ensinou violino a adultos e crianças na Rússia e na Nova Zelândia. Mas agora, atua como desenvolvedora de software júnior. É essa experiência que ela nos conta durante a BrazilJS 2016.
Oi! É minha primeira vez no Brasil. É triligada estar aqui com vocês. Yes. Sorry, that's almost all my Brazil. The another one, eu queria, Tiagua, Sangas, something like this. That's all. Sorry. And I'm, as I've been told already, I'm a Russian kiwi. What does it mean, Russian kiwi? Not a fruit, not a bird. I'm a human. That's not a human. Sorry. Oh, not this one. Not. A human, but I like this one better. You can see, yes. And it's not, I'm not making it really, it's how we New Zealanders walk most of the time, most of the year. My kids are always barefoot. And just don't be surprised if you visit New Zealand and you see a person in a supermarket barefoot. It's a usual thing. I moved with my family to New Zealand 4 years ago from Russia. I was born in the USSR. I used to be a pioneer. It's called a pioneer, wearing this red scarf. And yes, as a kid, I tried black caviar, but I was dreaming about bananas. And we didn't have bananas in the Soviet Union. It was my dream. And that's what I played with when I was a kid, because we didn't have Lego in the Soviet Union. And I really love this one set. It's amazing. It's just a small part of it, but you can make a lot of stuff of it. And that's what I used to play, not dolls, not making tea for dolls, nothing like this, but this one. And a little bit later, I started to do something like this, where you can connect without plying wires, and if you're lucky, you can make a radio. I learned to ply, I think maybe I was 8, something like this. Yeah, my father taught me how to ply. And when time came to me to just decide where to enroll to, my birth city has an amazing polytechnic university. My father is radio electronic engineer. My uncle is a radio electronic engineer. My cousin was going to be, now he's a radio electronic or software engineer. Where do you think I enrolled to? Music college. I was best at math at school. I loved doing these puzzles and making radios and the stuff, but I went to a music college. Why? Because everyone around me, including myself, at that time, like 20 years ago already, thought that girls don't do computers. So I went to music college, then I decided to make some other degree. I went public relations, economic sociology. I even started to write a PhD in corporate responsibility. But then I got so fed up with all this stuff that I decided to make something creative. So I gave birth to my first boy. He's inside that box, yes. After 4 years, I gave birth to a second one. He's in the smaller box. They're playing box trolls after the movie. If you've seen the movie Box Trolls, so that's the box trolls, yeah. And then 4 years ago, we moved to New Zealand. I started to work as a music teacher because it was easier to find a job like this. And almost a year ago, my younger one went to school. So I've got every day 6 hours on my hands free. So I thought, what do I want to do? I don't want to be a music teacher anymore. And my husband, who 2 years earlier also decided to change his career and change from a cultural anthropologist specializing in ethnic conflicts to a developer. So he advised me, why don't you try to become a developer? I go, okay, why not? And I enrolled to a code school, 9 months remote, 9 weeks remote, 9 weeks very, very intense boot camp. And then I graduated in October. It was Christmas time, difficult to find a job. But in January, I found my first job, and now I work as a full-stack JavaScript web developer. Yeah. So 20 years later, I finally ended up like a software engineer, like my father, my uncle, and my cousin. So I work full-time, luckily remotely, but full-time as a web developer. I studied at the university, I studied computer science, so I write Java in the evenings. And I have 2 boys, so my life looks like this. And really, I love this picture, it's my life, literally. And I think 2 months ago, I met my friend, let's call him Steve. Steve looks like this. Relax with a beer, nice. And what's common between us? We graduated together from the same code school. We found a job at the same time, and so we are both junior developers. And we listen to the same we listen to the same music band, and it's from Brazil. Yes. Yeah, Roots, Bloody Roots is my favorite album, yes. So when I talked to him, it gave me ideas. So we have the same problems, and we just were discussing how our junior life is going on. And it gave me idea to talk to other alumni from code school and to just find maybe some recipes how to make our juniors' life easier. So I thought it's a great idea. I get these recipes, I write a book and become famous. But that didn't work. Why it didn't work? Because the problems are mostly the same, but at the same time different. All companies are different. All situations are different. Teams are so different that there's no recipes I can give you. So no hints and tricks, sorry. But during the same time, I found out there are some things that can be can help you to guide yourself and your juniors to better cooperation and be more productive. One of the things was this magic number, really magic. When I talked to everyone every junior I talked to, they mentioned that it took them 3 months to get used to their job, to become a little bit more comfortable and more to feel better. So during these 3 months, your junior is more sensitive. It's just like a very, very turtle without a shell, or snail without a shell. And another thing I found out in common, that junior it's a binary creature. It can be in 2 states. Either it's when you show a new code or just explain how your app works, they're just what? What are you talking about? We don't understand. When they finally understand, get their first ticket done, and they pull it for review, there's so many silly bugs, like ridiculous typos, so they feeling like guilty puppies. So it's either this or this, nothing in between. So during the 3 months, just be careful with this one. So, and then I thought, what can I advise you to do during the 3 months and after to help them to overcome this? And I got this thing that we don't remember how we learned to talk, we don't remember how we learned to walk, but I think most of you remember how you learned to ride a bike and how complicated and difficult it looked to you before you learned and how simple it looks to you right now. But just imagine that your juniors are people who are learning to ride a bike right now. And just try to feel yourself in that situation and to try to forget all your experience. Try to explain things as you're learning them for the first time. And some advice how to do this, just at least to start, and then you will continue yourself. Mentor, it helped me a lot. Who is the mentor? Mentor, the person who is IT professional, but not your boss, like not your senior of this junior. It can be different. It doesn't have to be the same gender, the same age, or the same company. It doesn't matter. It's a person you can complain to about your boss. And it really helps, because sometimes you make mistakes that later you know that everyone does make these mistakes. They're common. All this bug, they follow you all the time. But when you start, you think that you're the worst program in the world. And you need someone to help you to understand that it's normal, all these problems. It's just what we have, like, that's how a day consists of bugs. You also need to encourage questions. Some people are very shy, so for example, you can create a sandbox or some anonymous channel so they can ask questions. Ask questions yourself. Don't assume just because you think they think, but they might think something different, not what you think. So ask, do I understand? Do I understand this word? Do you know how to do this? At the beginning, give small tickets. It's helped me to feel my significance during the first couple of months really, really well, because I think in my first month, my boss was so smart, he gave me such tiny tickets that by the end of the month, I had 20 tickets in production. They were really tiny one-liners, but I felt that I bring something to this company. And it's really, really helped me. Make these tickets really wide range. That's how you learn code. You don't just sit there and read because you can't read code well yet. It comes with practice. So give small tasks among the different parts of your whole code base of your app that will help your junior just to travel through it and learn it. Yes, it's very obvious, but we always forget, give positive feedback. Always. Just make an alarm. I need to give my junior positive feedback today. Oh, it's raining. You're doing a good job. That's what my boss came up with. Share your bugs. He shares his bugs with me, some of them really silly, but it shows me that even senior developers are not gods. So yes, we're all humans. And it helped for my self-esteem and all this stuff. So simple code reviews. Ask to review simple snippets just to teach how to read code. And it just really an example, at least to start with, because all situations are different, all companies are different. It's just examples of what I can do. But let's get back to this picture. That's what in common for everyone, for any junior. But when I talked to Steve, and then I talked to other alumni, and I made a survey, and I made a focus group, and I made a meetup just to meet with seniors to talk about this. I found out that there are a lot of differences between me and Steve. That's where diversity comes in. So this is the main principle, and we have bicycle for everyone. This one, the main principle if you want to meet the diversity problems, inclusive behavior. What does it mean? It means that when we make a decision, where do we have our social party today in our team? This decision won't exclude anyone in our team. But how can it exclude? For example, when you think about diversity, what kind of diversity comes into your mind first? Gender, so men and women, right? The trick is it's not only about women. So gender, I mean here, it's all self-awareness of my gender. So it's all gay community, all things that how a person feels, what gender he or she is. And how it can exclude. For example, you offer to go to a pub. I don't go to a pub, for example. So if you have a woman on your team and you just don't think about this, and let's go to the pub, you don't ask, Are you okay to go to the pub? She will go because she wants to be excluded, but she will feel terrible. It's easy example because, for example, you won't offer your wheelchair teammate to go and play football, right? It's silly. No one will do this. But we offer so many things to people who won't do this, but we don't think that they don't like this. That's about diversity. So gender is only one of the colors in this big rainbow. Another one is body. But it's skin color, it's disabilities, hearing disabilities, movement disabilities. I see it's not such a big problem here in Brazil, at the south of Brazil. So this group, for me, looks very homogeneous. But for example, in New Zealand, when you go to a meeting or something, it's different, like skin colors of all different skin colors and just different people. And it's really the same pub. If I have hearing problems, I wouldn't go to a pub. I wouldn't be able to communicate there. Or something like this. Another one, psychological type. It's also diversity. You know about introverts and extroverts, right? So if your junior is of totally different, opposite type than you might have difficulties. And you have to take it into consideration that you might need talk to her or him different and to give different tasks and to expect different things. For example, it was like a little bit surprise for me when I started to read about introverts and extroverts, because my husband is introvert and extrovert. He gave me a book, please read how to behave around me. And I found out that introverts, it's not people who are not social. It's misunderstanding. It's people, because we all have the barrier, like threshold of senses, like stimuli we can get from outside world. So extroverts has a very high threshold. They can stand loud sound, a lot of people talking and loud music and doing the active stuff. Introverts, they have just the lower threshold of this. They want to be social, but for example, level of noise in pub just too high for them, something like this. So you need to keep in mind these differences. You can see there are more. Age, look at me. I just started 7 months ago to work, and I'm not I'm not old, but I'm not a young person. And I found that this is a problem. For example, in my university studies, we had a project, we had to pair. And I asked on the Facebook page, hey guys, who does want to pair with me for this project? And one guy agreed to do this, and this guy is 45, and we're only 2 oldies in this group. Young people, they're also to state, they're either afraid of older people, or they think that they're too slow. And that's not the case, actually. And I'm not slow. Yeah, you see, I've learned to become a developer in a year, and I'm here on an international conference just after a year of my studies. What I was talking about? I'm not slow, but now I'm slow. Age, yes. And in some societies, it's really a barrier. For example, in Asian culture, in China, if you are a senior but younger, like 15, 20 years younger than your junior, it will be a problem because you won't be able to criticize your senior. It's in their culture. They can't say critics to elders. They have to respect them. So we come to the 5th one. It's about culture. It's about place of women in different cultures. It's about religion also. For example, if you ask about the same pub, you see pub, it's a big problem. So don't go to the pubs, go to tea houses. Yeah, so in the pub, you offer to go to a pub to your team, but one of the guys on your team is a Muslim, and it's Ramadan. They don't drink alcohol during that time, so it might be a problem. think about it like vegetarians, but like very, very wide range of problems. It's a lot. And to find this golden middle, it's almost impossible. And you don't have to. Because I want to drop a seed into your minds that when you have these problems, you can recognize them. And maybe it will save someone's career, because I know a few cases when people were so much discouraged by these problems at their workplace that they left coding forever. It's terrible. We need these people. We need more workforce. We lack good developers. And another question is what this for you, because I can say it's not still a problem in Brazil, because you might not come across these problems yet. But I'm from the future. I think it's already Sunday in my home city. Yeah, and I can tell you, so diversity is like winter. It's coming. Believe me. And in 2 years' time, I'm sure, like 2 years, maybe 3 years, I don't want to predict, but you will remember my talk. You will see the problems I'm talking about right now. And I hope it will help you. And just remember 3 things. I'm sure you all can manage these problems as long as you remember about the bicycle. Just don't assume that it's easy. Remember how to learn. Be inclusive. Every time you make a social decision, just remember whom you might exclude with it. And never assume, always ask. I really hope that I drop this seed into your minds and will grow into a big forest someday. And I really want to bring more different, diverse developers, because the more diverse our teams are, the better product we bring to this world. Thank you so much.